We'll start the story, and I'll let you take it.
Okay.
We'll probably just be going back and forth. I just want the audience to understand that my version is the most accurate version. I just want to go.
So you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right then. Okay.
My version is the most accurate version.
All right then.
To kind of set the stage for everyone.
Okay.
So,
all right then.
Wednesday night, we also do not your typical girl talk.
Yeah.
Everything was cool. Everything was normalcy.
Okay.
We decided to take a walk. So we were walking, and no, let me fast forward. This phone situation.
No, so you're rewinding.
Yeah, this is when I got home from work on Wednesday. She has been, So she's been on the search for a new phone. She's finally decided that the one that she has got no more legs, and she's ready for a new phone, right? So again,
Not just a new phone. I need a new phone line because my other phone is Canadian.
Yeah, she needs a line here. So
Thank you.
I'm like, okay.
Get it right.
So now, mind you, she doesn't make a decision without doing 800 comparisons. Okay? So again, I'm just gonna set some context around it. So I get home, she's on there looking at phones, and I'm
phone
like,
provider.
Have you? And again, this is also where the miscommunication starts. So I'm like, have you checked everywhere? I was like, also check some of the off-brand places. You know what I mean? Because in my head, I'm like, she just gonna get a little phone similar to the phone that she got or whatever. You know what I mean? No big deal. Wrong. Okay. So she's looking and she's like, no, because I have AT&T. So she's on AT&T, and I didn't realize in her head she's going top shelf.
Yes, I'm going top shelf.
Okay, but I was not aware of this at the moment. So she's looking and she starts telling me about my plan and all of this other stuff, and I'm just kind of like,
I wasn't telling. I was
Okay.
actually asking because it said that he could add a fourth line. So currently we had his phone, our iPad, and the laptop that were all lines on the plan. So I'm like, babe, is my phone considered the fourth line? And this is the information I found out. But Robert didn't want to listen to me.
Okay.
He said a few words and then walked out the room.
No, so I asked, have you looked at the other places? Did you come? Because again, you got to make your 800 comparison.
I do.
So I'm like, what were you even talking about?
And I already
And
did.
I just kind of moved on. Again, I was just getting home from work, so we had like an hour. I had
Before
like an
our
hour
show.
before I gotta be up here for the show. So I'm like trying to, woosah, and that's kind of where my head is at. We're going along, walking, and then she just starts to tell me how since I don't want to put her on my phone or don't want to get her a phone and don't want to put her on my plan, she has to go through all of this stuff to establish her own line and yada, yada, da, da, da. And she's just like, blah, 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 blah. Like, and I'm just kind of like, wait, what? Like, how'd you make a decision? We haven't even finished talking about it. So she just kind of kept, yip, because she was in her feelings, I guess, because she's like, no, you said you weren't going to do it or something like that. I'm like, I did? Okay. No, and then you started doing a little like, okay, I don't know about you fellas, but I don't particularly like when she tells me stuff because it feels like you're telling me what's going on, and I'm kind of like, wait, hold up. And she just straight runs it down, and I'm like, all right then, cool. So it wasn't a big issue, but it was like,
No, that wasn't the issue.
that was the creation of the
No,
tension.
that wasn't actually what the tension was. It's because of what I said under my breath. Under my breath, I said, since you don't want to put me on my phone plan, it's better anyways, because if you break up, I don't have to separate my life from you.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, I'm glad you remembered.
I remember.
I don't hold on to shit like that. So that's what really kind of pissed me off. I think she realized I might have went too far. So she's like, so you're not talking to me? And I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to say to you right now.
Like, you're just going to keep walking? You're not
And
talking
she's like,
to me?
oh, so we're just going to walk and not talk? And I'm like I said, I ain't got nothing to say to you right now.
Because that comment was actually said under my breath. I didn't know I said it loud enough for him to hear it.
Now, let's give some context. Anytime Robert says anything near it, joking, sarcastically, funny, or anything, it is a quick like, don't talk like that. Don't even put that out there. Woo, 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 right? So I'm like, and it wasn't just that. It's like you said things along those lines over the last week or two in my head. I'm like, and from that perspective, I'm more like, wait, how is it that you don't like me talking shit, but you get to talk shit?
Because I was like, you over here trying to not put me on this phone plan. Oh, okay, I see you're not trying to put me on your phone plan. We do everything. Robert and I do almost everything together. Clearly, we primarily 99.9% of the things I do with Robert. I have no other friends here. All I got is Robert. Right? And so this idea that he did not want to put me on his phone plan, and he was talking about, and then he pissed me off because he was like, on top of that, he had the nerve to tell me, why do you need to go get a new phone, go on OfferUp and go get a used phone? I was like, so on top of that, you want to insult me and go tell me to get somebody's used on, run-down phone. I was big mad.
In my head again, you looking for the deal. Like I don't know what's going on like that. So she's big mad. Now she done said some shit that's got me big mad. Well, not big mad, medium mad, right? So that's it. I'm tired as hell. Evening shuts down after that. We slept and it was not our usual.
It was not our usual sleep. It was not our usual sleep.
It was kind of like, I ain't fucking with you sleep.
And that makes both of us uncomfortable because we actually do not sleep. Like the tension of trying to stay on your own side and your body's tense and we're not like touching.
Like being childish and shit. Like don't touch me. So next morning.
But we will give it. We never don't sleep in the same bed. We do sleep in the bed, but it's not. We don't play that game. That we don't play. However, it is a very different type of sleep.
Now. Next morning, I get up,
Thursday. So
do
this
my
last
morning
Thursday.
routine, get ready, the usual. She's usually up, getting ready for her morning walk, gym, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really communicative that morning, but it was just a little tension, little tension. So I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm leaning to kiss her. I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. And she turns her cheek. So I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So you want to keep it going then? That's what's up. Let's keep it going.
I had not yet brushed my teeth, and Robert knows I do not like morning breath. So when he went in, it wasn't I'm mad at you. It was like, oh, ew, I haven't brushed my teeth. Like, don't kiss me on the lips. But I think the way it was done, it looked like I was going in, and then I turned my cheek. And so I slighted him. So he just didn't say anything and went out the door. So I was like, oh, okay.
In my head, I said a lot. Cool. That's what's up. Went through my day at work. And in the back of your mind, it's kind of messing with you. But it's Thursday, right? So get home. Again, same Steelers like Wednesday. I got maybe an hour space or so before
we got to do the show.
Normally we got, banter, what are you wearing, and all that other stuff going on. This episode, we ain't nothing really. So if you watched last week, you might have noticed it was a little tension. I think we did a
great job, I thought, considering we weren't effing with each other at all.
Again, it was a little tension, you know what I'm saying? After the show,
Nothing.
All that banter and shit died, just dead. Like,
he finished, went downstairs. I was still upstairs because I do a couple of things after the show to wrap up. But he went downstairs nothing.
I think I spent the rest of the night out on the patio until I was ready for bed. And it was just, I was kind of on the energy because I'm still vibing off of it that morning. I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of feeling like a kid, like, I'm mad. I'm mad, goddammit. So you owe me an apology, and I'm mad, and I don't think you just gonna cute your way out of this shit. Like, I'm mad. So Friday morning comes, and I'm like, I got something for your ass. Nigga, I get up, do my morning routine, shower, get dressed. Mind you, I still got the fact that she turned her cheek to me yesterday. Petty as hell. I'm like, I'm gonna one-up you. I'm gonna just ghost. So I leave, don't say nothing, don't say bye, no, I'm just out. Get to the car. God damn it, I forgot my bag. Now I gotta go back upstairs, back into the crib, grab my bag, and I'm like, double down. I'm mad, God damn it. Leave back out, nothing. So Friday, mind you, it's the end of the week. I'm tired, grinding, but then you must have posted something.
I posted something on our stories. No, like our show last week was about my ex is the reason like we broke up, or my ex is the reason we're single, right?
Okay.
And so I get up on Friday and I go for I do this long ass walk and work out after. So when I walk and stuff and work out, there's all these thoughts, and I was like, oh, considering the topic last week, there's some things that I should write on the Instagram story to go with the topic, right? He thinks I'm writing it about him.
Yeah, I think she's being shady.
So I'm at the gym, doing my workout thing, keeping it tight, keeping it right. I work out 6 days a week, hallelujah. And I get a text from him, is there something you need to tell me? And I'm like, so you leave the house this morning, slam the door, don't give me not even a bye, not even a dry ass bye. See you later. No. And your text to me hours later, is there something you have to tell me? I'm like, what in the world could I have to tell you?
Yeah, and I want smoke at that point. Like, it's kind of like, you posting subliminal shit now. Like, I'm really like, okay, like, we're doing this. Like, what is going on? What are you talking about? Like, what is the problem? Like, you don't give me no kids. I'm like, what's going on? So, I don't know, a couple of back and forth texts, and then it's kind of like, okay, she's like, that's not my perspective, and she sheds her perspective on how she's seeing things, and it's a little bit back and forth. I'm like, fuck all this. We'll talk about it when I get home. Like, not in a bad
that wasn't
way,
it. You called me.
Yeah, that's what.
And we were texting. We were texting, and then he took a walk out of the office, and he called me. And I listen, because that's the thing about what I will give us. Even in the midst of any kind of disagreement, there is no, arguing. There isn't we don't do that. So I let him speak. He said what he needed to say. I said, are you finished? Is it my turn now? And then I tried to respond to what he had said, and then gave him my feeling about the situation. And then when it was all done, he said, and it was so exhausting for me that I ended up leaving the gym. Okay, so he's at work, not in his office. I cut my routine short because I'm just like, this is exhausting, and this needs to get done, and just so you know, and again, there wasn't yelling, but it was a lot of let me download all of this ish that I haven't been telling you, and you need to know. Is that how it felt? I just went,
you just started, and I mean, that's how it go, and it just kind of exposed, you gotta bring that, whatever it is, stuff to the surface, because, I know we be on here sounding all mature and stuff a lot of the times, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I go from 0 to petty in, no time.
Very petty.
No time. I can make the biggest deal out of the smallest slight sometimes. The talk definitely you gave your perspective more, and it was when you said the whole about your not having brushed your teeth thing, I was like, okay, I gotta give you that. Even though I felt it was a little more than that, I still had to give you
because in our 2 years together, I have never kissed you without brushing my teeth.
I kind of gotta give her an out on that, and I was like, that it is what it is. So thankfully, it was already Friday at this point. So, and then the ice started thawing during the day. So by the time I got home, it was not oh, I'm so glad to see you or nothing like that. But I would say about Sunday, we were back to normal and kind of.
Because we took the time to talk it out.
Yeah, we really kind of, and amongst that kind of things adjacent to it, and just again, temperature check, what's really going on, are you certain that you still in the same space. Because if not, that's not the end of the world or nothing like that. It's just something that needs to be spoken on. You know what I mean?
Well, Dre made a good point. He said that's the correct way to do it. That's how you communicate. Me and my wife practiced that from day one. I listen, then she listens. We hear each other out. It's been working for the last 23 years. You guys will be just fine. So.